We're going to be looking at another As Seen on TV product today. So you're in the right place if you're here for the AirHawk Pro. The AirHawk Pro is a tire inflator that's cordless. It runs on a battery. So it's going to be kind of neat. So hey, you know what? First, let me do a quick introduction. My name is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You, and my channel is dedicated to reviewing as seen on TV items, consumer gadgets, and other household goods. I also throw in a little DIY stuff every now and again, so if you'd like that, please click the subscribe button below and hit that bell so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. Now, let's get to a quick unboxing and talk a little bit about this AirHawk Pro. It looks kind of like a cordless drill. I know it comes with a 6-inch air hose. It has 2 adapters for like footballs or basketballs or maybe inflatable toys. I think it comes with a handy dandy carrying case. It even comes with a port where you can plug it into the cigarette lighter in your car. You know what? Let's unbox this and see what we got. So the box just had a simple tab at the top, so I got rid of that. Now let's pull this out and see what we have. You know what? Pretty nice looking directions. I actually like what I see. I'm going to put these aside and read those off camera. I like already what I'm seeing. This carrying case is pretty sweet. It feels heavy duty and really, really nice. It has what looks like a typical drill battery. Do I have a second battery? What is this? Oh, you know what? Oh, that's cool. It's actually the port for your car's cigarette lighter, and it plugs right in. That's kind of neat. Let's see, I have a 6-inch hose that they talked about. I've got the power plug, and I have the unit itself. It looks really, really neat. I'm kind of excited. I don't think I said this in the introduction, but I bought this for $39.99 at CVS. I have seen it at other retailers, and it's about the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the directions, and then I'm going to run it through a few tests. I'm going to try my car, I'm going to try a bike. I even have like a pool toy, like an inflatable rafter type thing, because it says it has inflatable toys. And so I'm really excited to try this out. Let me read the directions and we'll see how long we have to charge this. So the directions tell you to charge this battery for 3 hours prior to use. And I've done that, so now I'm ready to use it. All right, so what I have here looks like a regular drill. Kind of maybe a cheaper plastic, but still a good weight to it. I want to show you the on-off features here. It's got the on-off button, and then it has an up and a down button for your PSI. So let's turn this on. And you notice when you turn it on, I immediately have a light here. I like the blue light up here in the back. You can set your PSI pressure, and I think that's kind of cool. Let's listen to it real quick. Ready? I have it in the lock position. It's kind of loud. It kind of reminds me of a typical air compressor. So I like that so far. It sounds like it's going to work. In the front here, I'll turn that light off. It says you hold the button down for 3 seconds and it shuts the light off. In the front here, I have a lock feature that I could lock this so no one can use it. I'm really excited to go out there and check this out. This is actually kind of cool too, how quickly it just clips on, and it's real simple. And this of course screws onto either your car tire or your other kind of tire that you're using. So you know what? Let's go outside and check it out and see what it does. Before I go out, I want to make sure you know it does PSI, it does BAR, and it does KPA. So those are the different kind of readings this will have. Let's test it out and see. Okay, so I'm using the 6-inch hose to hook up the AirHawk Pro. Notice it had 29 PSI was what was read. I did that intentionally. I let the air out prior to doing this video. You can probably tell that this video footage is sped up. I did that on purpose because there's no point in you watching me hold this thing for 3 minutes. You heard that correct. It took 3 minutes for this to go from 29 PSI all the way up to 35 PSI. I will say something I did like about this is I was able to preset the LED screen there to 35. So I set it to 35 and I hit go, and it honestly, it went all the way to 35 and it stopped on its own. That to me was impressive. I liked that feature where I didn't actually have to hold it. Now I just ended up doing it anyway. So this is me just inflating my tire back up to full pressure. It took a little longer than I thought, which, you know what, I'm thinking in a pinch, sure, this is great, but not necessarily for everyday use. So here we're at 34.5. Now we're at the 35 mark, and then it's ended. It inflated the car tire pretty well. Let's see how it does on a bike. I hate it when I go biking or mountain biking and I get my bike out and the tires are low. Will the AirHawk Pro help me out in that? Let's go check it out. So here I am hooked up to the car's cigarette lighter. I have one in the back of my car, which I like, so I'm bringing it out here to try to fill up my bike. These bike tires are supposed to go to about 36, or actually they recommend between 36 and 50, but I keep them at 36. So as I hooked it up here, you notice it's at 18. Yeah, and this is also sped up, but I'll say this moved itself all the way up to 36 in like a minute and a half. Now, I'm not sure if that's because the tire is smaller or because I'm hooked in to the cigarette lighter, but it was much faster than when I ran it on the battery. So let me give you my final review of this as seen on TV product, the AirHawk Pro. Now I've been using this today. I wanted to see really, does it do what it says? Does it quickly inflate your tires? Can you use it for pool toys? Can you use it for other toys that are inflated? Let's see. So my tire, I intentionally drained my tire down from 35 to 29. And when I hooked this in, it took about 3 minutes to reinflate it back to 35. Now I do like the feature where I can set this to a certain PSI and it stops automatically. So I happened to hold it the entire time because I didn't know what I was going to expect. So I held it the entire time, but it shut off and I was really excited about that. That was under battery power. So then I tried my bike tire. I brought that, actually I didn't bring it down, it was just low. It was at 18. That also needed to be up to 36. When I plugged it into the cigarette adapter, it inflated in like a minute and a half. So that was a lot faster. I don't know if it's because it's a smaller tire or what, but it definitely was faster doing it underneath a cigarette lighter. I did try it with my tire too, off camera with the cigarette lighter, and I noticed it was at least a minute less. So that's something you should note. Even though this thing claims to be wire-free or wireless, it actually works better when you use the wired part of it. Now this is convenient, right? If you don't happen to have the cigarette lighter adapter, it is convenient. I filled up this football, real easy, took a few seconds, but I will say I tried filling up a pool toy or a pool raft, almost like, and I'll bring it here in just a second, but it's almost like a donut, but it's like a half a donut with like a seat where you can sit on, so it's not a whole lot of air in there. I used the AirHawk Pro shortly after I did the tire on my car, and so this thing died right after about 2 minutes. So you get about 5 minutes of use out of this one battery charge that took 3 hours. Well, so then I switched it over to the cigarette lighter, and it has a special adapter for pool toys and things like that. So that's the one I used. Let me tell you what happened after 15 minutes. This is after 15 minutes of me holding it. This is as inflated as it got. No more than this. That to me is not very convenient, not very easy. You know what else? Sorry, I hit my lamp. You know what else? It got hot. Like I could barely even touch this after a while. I was holding onto this cord and it was actually burning me. I know in the directions it says don't use for more than 15 minutes at a time, and if you need to use it more, then you need to let it cool for 15 minutes and do it again. That to me is not that convenient. It's probably better than me sitting here and trying to blow this up, but just know if you're going to use this for pool toys or rafts or whatnot, or even says something about air mattresses in here, not very good. Tires, yeah, I was impressed, but anything else like that, no, I wouldn't say is very good. So you know what? That was my review here. It also tells you not to store the battery in it. So if you're storing this in the bag, take the battery out and separate. That's just something that it says in the directions. This was Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. As I was thinking, actually, you know what? I was in the car plugging the cigarette lighter in, the adapter here for this, and I noticed my very first As Seen on TV review. So I wanted to remind you about this little unit here on the back of my cell phone. I'm going to link the video right up here to the fastball. My very first As Seen on TV review. I did it a few months ago. So I'll see you over at that video. Go ahead, click it.